converting those thumbs, those comments, those posts into real-world conversations. Welcome to Interviews. If you followed anything on Startup Grind, Legal Logic, Soft Desk, this guy is the Eminem you're like the Eminem Elon Musk. You've got the swag, you got the gift of gab, and you're tatted. You got some of the sexiest tats in the game. But more importantly, you're persistent. You're a hustler. You're smart. You're an innovator. Not just a good-looking guy. What can we expect to hear from you today?
I have to say everything you say. It also applies to you, my friend.
I appreciate that.
Except maybe like the tats.
I got no tats.
And like the Eminem part.
Yeah. But you know what? Somebody, when I was doing an interview recently, someone said, "Who do you think you are? You sound like a rapper." I'm like, I'm the Eminem of the law game. But you're the Eminem of the solar game. Tell us about what we can expect to hear about you talking about outside the box thinking today.
Yeah, well, it's not surprising that we became the #1 solar application in North America. We are now #1, and we did that inside 4.5 years. So it's actually pretty impressive, but for that you need to think outside the box. And, in order to think outside the box, you needed to be inside the box for a certain time.
To learn the game.
Trapped in the box, just wanted to blast yourself. But in the end, what do you learn? You learn that in the end, you have to live it. You have to struggle. You have to fall in order to make it.
Let me tell everyone a story if they don't know the story about you. And Stephanie knows the story because she was there. She recorded it. This guy, not a dime in his pocket, was living off ramen fucking noodles. Got in his car and drove 6,000 kilometers to California to close deals. You got in your car, you visited every single customer and supplier, and you created your business on that. And that takes a lot of balls.
Yeah, it was.
Tell me about the mindset that you had when you're doing that trip.
Yeah, I think that it's a stunt so that you can find ways to raise money. And my goal was to raise money in the end. So
and you did?
Yeah, I did. And I'm glad I did, because if I didn't, I would have probably still be on a 10 right now.
You wouldn't be on a panel. You wouldn't be on a panel today.
No, I would have been on Highway 10, like in between Texas and Arizona or something. Just like in a ditch somewhere. But you know what? It's actually from Montreal to LA to Florida, and Florida back to Montreal. And that was a legendary trip. And the reason why it was legendary is because in the end, came back with $3 million. But $3 million is one thing, but $100 million worth of value, experiences, and new partners.
That's it.
And that's the next level.
What's the soundtrack you listen to in the car when you're doing this road trip?
Honestly, man, I laughed, I cried. Actually, I cried a lot.
So a lot of Shania Twain and Bryan Adams and stuff like that. Bare Naked Ladies.
You know what makes me cry is Donny Hathaway.
Oh yeah, so that was the soundtrack of your life for that period.
Donny Hathaway is on a whole other level. He makes you tap into that because he has like a really soulful but high pitch. Love the guy.
What I love about Lennie is that your character has never changed. When you were dirt broke, when you got funded, road trip or not, you've always been the same guy, humble, straight talk, t-shirt, it's a nice quality t-shirt, but you're not in a suit, you're not pretentious, and you still do what's passionate. I see videos of you, you're still spitting lyrics, doing rhymes, because you're an R&B hip hop guy. Tell us about how important it is. How do you stay true to yourself, even if the corporate world expects you to wear a suit?
You know what's wild is that, like, while I was raising money, I was saying to myself, like, should I wear a suit? And deep inside, man, it's like, if they're going to invest in me, why should they invest in the fraudulent version of me? They should invest in the real me. And the real me is this. I have tattoos, I have a certain way of me about how I talk, how I'm passionate, how I'm motivated, how I'm ambitious, but it all comes into one package. So it's just not like, and not that, like, because like you've been rocking the suit.
I'm wearing this is Caranta grade suit right here. This is local tailor-made stuff.
This is serious stuff, But no, so I have to be able to look myself in the mirror and just find my soul. And if I can find my soul easily,
and be comfortable, and be able to sleep at night.
Yeah.
And I know you sleep well, but another thing that you don't know about this guy is that you actually refused money.
Yeah.
You refused funding. Why? Because of the cultural fit. And you know these guys only gave a shit about an exit strategy to cash out on your back. And you said no.
Yeah.
You're eating fucking ramen noodles, and you said no to money. How? First of all, what's your mindset at that exact moment?
Well, you have to know that what are you looking for when you're raising money? Is it just money? And if it's just money, it's not the right mindset. The right mindset is to find the money coming from the right people. And I did not found that these people were a good fit for me. So even if I was still sleeping at the office, still wondering how I was gonna make sure to pay all my employees at the time, I could have taken the money. It was an easy move. All I would have done is just say, yeah, all right, let's do it, you know? And that would have saved me a whole lot of hassle, but I wouldn't have done that trip. And I wouldn't have tripled the valuation of our business inside 6 months by doing that trip.
So the message is, persistent, being true to yourself, and being true to the values of the company that you're creating, because it's really, at the end of the day, it's an extension of yourself.
100%.
So that's why you stand out for me. This is why the startup grind with you, the tete-a-tete, was emotional. We laughed and cried. It was super hype. And what you just saw right here was basically startup grind condensed into 5 minutes, because I've gotten to know you over the years, and I respect what you're doing.
Jamie, I respect you as well, buddy.
So keep it up, bro.
I'll
That's it for now.